Welcome to day 7 of the Assassin's Creed Marathon. I am Mr. Nose, and today we are working on Assassin's Creed 2, and today we're going to be doing Sequence 3. Let's go ahead and hit story mode here and hit the marathon. Last time we played, Desmond moved from his encampment at Abstergo Industries and moved into a hideout, I guess you could say, with Lucy and her assassin friends. As for our new ancestor of not Altair, we're now Ezio Auditore. We'll see where we're at, and then I'll fill in the backstory.
We should be close.
Grazie a Dio.
I was gonna say, is he not gonna be able to walk?
All right, this way.
Buongiorno, Ezio. How could you leave Firenze without saying a proper goodbye?
Ezio!
What do you want, Vieri?
So many things. A larger palazzo, 2 new steeds, a prettier bride. Oh, and yes, your life.
My condolences for the loss of your father and brothers. What will happen now that there's no one left to help you? I have such wonderful things in store for your mother and sister.
I grow tired of this game. Finish him, and do not spare the women. What sorcery is this?
Not sorcery, boy. Skill.
Show yourself!
As you wish. Here, use this.
Kill them! Kill them all!
He's not a happy person. Pretty stupid. Alright, here we go. Let's do some fighting. I just hit the guy with the stick. But we got to this point because Ezio was a Florentine nobleman. And his father and brothers were betrayed by the Gonfalonieri. I can't pronounce it. Gonfalonieri of Justice, Umberto Alberti, and murdered.
You have my thanks.
Keep the sword, Ezio.
Do I know you from somewhere?
Don't you recognize me? It's a me, Mario!
Uncle Mario?
It's been too long, Nipote. Far too long. I heard what happened in Firenze. Terrible. Come, let's get you all away from here.
And then right after they died, Ezio assassinated Umberto Alberti, and then we led here to Monteriggioni, which after we go through Calza Dolce Calza, I'll tell you a little bit about Monteriggioni.
So, tell me everything.
They executed father for treason. Federico and Petruccio too. And they came for me.
Do you know why?
I have no answers, Uncle. Only a list of names taken from a man who wished me dead. I still can't believe they are gone.
Don't worry. We will make sense of this.
I wish I shared your optimism.
Come on, keep pace. We're almost there. I think you will find much to like in Monteriggioni.
I thought Monteriggioni was an enemy of Firenze.
For now. Next year will be its friend, the year after its enemy again, and on and on. I cannot keep track, so I have stopped trying. These are honest, hard-working people. Our shops may only carry simple goods, but they're well made. and dependable. There is a chapel here too. De Prete seems a nice enough fellow, but I've never been much of a believer.
Did you know the Villa Auditore is almost 200 years old? It was built by my great-grandfather, a strange man who carried all kinds of secrets. Keep your eyes open, and you might discover a few of them yourself.
With all the fighting that's been going on, this place has started to get a bit rough around the edges. I wish I could do something about it, but I just don't have the time or money to fix things up. Guess that's life, huh?
Barcode up in the
Here we
corner
are. Casa Dolce Casa.
for those looking
So,
for
what do you think?
the glyphs.
It's most
The only one
impressive,
here.
Uncle.
She's seen better days, I suppose. Believe me, I'd have her shining again if only I had the time. Now that you have had the tour, Nipote, you should go and outfit yourself. My men in the market are expecting you. Return here when you're
We're gonna hit
finished,
that high point
and
first.
we'll begin.
Begin? Begin what?
I thought you'd come here to train.
No, Uncle. I came here to escape Firenze. And I intend to take my family further still.
But what about your father? He'd want you to finish his work.
What work? My father was a banker.
Wait, he did not tell you?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Ma che me combini, Giovanni? Where to even begin? Go and fetch the gear in the market. It will give me time to think. But that's that. We'll talk more later.
Some spending money should you need it. And if you find yourself in need of rest, I've prepared a room for you on the top floor of the villa.
Alright, so just before we do that, we're going to hit the viewpoint here. But Monteregione was built by the Republic of Siena as a first line of defense against their wars against Florence. Hence the comment from Mario about when they're friends and fighting against Florence. Synchronize. In 1554, the Sienese put Giovanni Zetti in control. This would have been 75 years or so after this game takes place. So after Zetti was put in control of the town garrison, he handed the town right over to the Medici as an act of consolidation, and is often considered a great betrayal by the people of the town. And that was just one of those things where I just looked at it, I was like, really? Less than a year you've been essentially leading this town, and you just say, here you go, you guys seem cool, even though we've been battling each other for goodness knows how many years. You can have it. I just thought it was
Tell
weird.
your friends about me.
Oh, I forgot about the doctor. My bad. The armor actually is how we get more health bars in this game, so we try to keep buying more and more.
I've traditional remedies. And
Buy more and more armor, higher grades and things like that, so we have more health.
farewell
protect
and
ourselves a
swift
little more.
recovery.
If you have a big enough pouch to carry medicine and enough armor, you could essentially just stay in a battle forever, just fighting, and every time you take a hit, it's medicine. While it almost breaks this game, but I still enjoy it.
Don't worry. We're only staying here for a little while.
I don't like it here. I want to go home.
I know.
Now for me, that whole thought process is definitely something that a younger girl like Claudia would have acted like. Just like, I don't want to be here. Totally is a teenage girl in my opinion. But, yeah.
Salute, Uncle. I did as you asked.
And quickly too, ben fatto. Now, let's teach you how to fight.
No. As I said, we are leaving.
Ezio, you barely held your own against Vieri. You won't survive a week on the road. If you want to leave, so be it. But at least do so armed with the skills and knowledge necessary to defend yourself. If not for me,
ate all
for
the
your
jar.
mother and sister.
The candy dish
Fine.
that's down here.
Optimo.
My wife won't be too happy about that. But they're old and starting to melt, and so they need to be eaten. Let's fight.
You can swing a sword, to be sure, but offense alone will not carry a battle. You must survive long enough to strike. I will teach you how to dodge.
You said my father was more than just a banker.
No use dancing around it, I suppose. Your father was an assassin, Ezio.
I told you before. My father was a paper pusher.
Bene, I've taught you how to avoid your enemy's attacks. Now you'll learn how to turn them to your advantage.
All this talk of assassins and Templars, it reeks of fantasy.
Like something from an old parchment covered in arcane writings, perhaps?
How did you know?
You have your father's blade. I figured you have the codex page he was holding as well.
Codex.
See, a guide to the inner workings of the Order. Its origin, purpose, and techniques. Our creed, if you will. Your father believed the Codex contained a powerful secret. Something that would change the world. Perhaps it's why they kept him.
Hold your question. I pop. Don't be shy.
You're making fine progress, Ezio. Today I'm going to teach you how to position yourself in battle. Where you stand and how you move can make all the difference. Don't think I haven't seen you picking apart my library. I trust you believe me now?
Yes, my father was an assassin. But why the need for such secrecy?
Are you familiar with the Templars? One of several knightly orders formed during the Crusades. History teaches they were disbanded nearly 200 years ago in France. Only they weren't. Merely pushed underground, where they continued their nefarious work.
That we'll talk about later. Specifically when we get to Assassin's Creed Unity.
Hurry up and die! I'm getting thirsty! Well done, Nipote. You've really come into your own.
Thank you, Uncle, for all you have given me.
Your family. Such is my duty and my desire.
I'm glad you had me stay.
Good. You've reconsidered leaving.
We sail for Spain in 3 days.
But Nipote, I have given you these skills that you might be better prepared to strike against our enemies.
And if they find me, I will.
You want to leave, Ezio? To throw away everything your father fought and died for? To deny your heritage? Fine. Come vuoi. Arrivederci e buona fortuna.
Uncle, wait! Why is he so upset?
How can he not be? Vieri's been harassing us ever since you first arrived. To be expected, I suppose, given his heritage.
Dun dun dun.
Uncle! Where is everyone?
They ride for San Gimignano to slay that snake, Vieri.
I wish to join them.
You'll find what you need at the stables.
Well, another almost game-breaking thing is you get money for... Oh, oops. For just about everything. Every mission you do, you make money. I have no idea who gives you this money, but you get money. What are we doing here?
Ezio, look at her. I still can't get her to talk. She spends all day and night in front of those feathers Petruchio used to collect. She can't let them go. I don't know what to do.
Don't worry. She'll come back to us. I know it.
She does, but it takes years. Literal years. Literally years. Sorry, I just watched an episode of Parks and Recreation, and that's stuck in my head. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Alright, here we go. Let's go get a horse. Because a horse is a horse, of course, of course. And then we'll head for San Gimignano, which I'm sure I'm butchering just about every Italian name that I have. And I apologize for that. So we'll steal that little white horse right there. Head for San Gimignano, and then when we get there, we'll talk a little bit about that town. This way. Alright, as you can see all these towers up here, and that's a very important feature of San Gimignano. It's located within Tuscany, as you can see. It's the province of Siena, and it's known for those fine towers. It's known as, of course, the city. The city is nicknamed as the town of fine towers. You can see the towers here. You'll see a little bit more of them as we run through the town in a moment. Currently, like modern day, they've been able to preserve about a dozen of them. And in 1990, the town the historic center of the town at least, was designated a World Heritage Site.
Ezio, what are you doing here?
Taking responsibility. Vieri troubles you because of me.
Vieri troubles us because he's a Templar, and we are assassins.
Either way, I wish to help.
Va bene. Then listen close. First, we must find a way inside the city, though it seems Vieri expects us. He has sealed the gates and sent his men to guard them. Fortunately for us, the city is larger than its host. The southern gate suffers for it, so this is where we'll strike. Pronti?
Alright, so Vieri de Pazzi. Now, he's an interesting person. His family is well known for something that's called the Pazzi conspiracy, which we'll talk about later. But we're not sure. I'm not sure. I couldn't find anything on him particularly if Vieri was an actual person or not.
Here's how it is going to work. My men and I will distract the guards. Once we have engaged them, get yourself over the wall and find a way to open the gates. Take these throwing knives. Use them to dispatch the archers.
I'm ready when you are.
Then let us begin.
The only thing I could find was that Francesco. I couldn't even find a Francesco de Pazzi had kids. So Vieri here could very well be. Hey, look, there's a feather. Vieri could very well have been a created person. This place up.
After him!
So all the information I have on Vieri is in universe. I don't want to do that. Is in universe stuff.
Well done, Ezio. We're in. This way, men. I want you to distract those guards and keep them from raising the alarm. Hopefully it will buy me enough time to find and silence Vieri.
Va bene.
Wait, Nipote. Take a few of my men with you, just to be safe. Come join me once they're dealt with.
Who works? Let's go kill the guards.
What's Vieri
Whoa,
up to now?
I've never had that happen before. Wish they would hit him in the lawn the second to the side. Assunta? Santa Maria Assunta?
Ezio! Your uncle's under attack and needs help. Go to him!
Ah, Nipote. There you are. It seems my plan is something of a task. Here is Ben ambushed. Now we gotta... My brothers and I will deal with these guys. I want you to go on ahead, root out that snake. See that justice.
Oh boy, nope, I'm not climbing that freaking tower, that's for sure. They get annoying.
It's settled. Vieri, you will remain here to coordinate the mercenary. Francesco will organize our forces in the city and send word when it's time to strike. Jacopo, your job is to calm the citizens once the deed is done.
What of that ubriacone Mario? He continues to harass my forces, and I fear he'll discover what we intend.
He's always been trouble. Just like that bastardo brother of his.
Then let me reunite them, father.
There will be plenty of time to clean up the refuge when we're finished. Now, is there anything else? Muy bien. May the Father of Understanding guide you.
May the Father of Understanding guide you.
Comandante! Comandante!
What?
Mario Auditori has invaded the city. He comes for you.
Then let's not keep him waiting.
Something I forgot to do, like I did for Umberto. Database. Recent entries.
Vieri di Pazzi, the youngest member of the second most notorious Florentine banking family. This kid knew how to burn right through his father's money. outside of spending sprees involving weaponry, exotic animals, and clothes, he was fiercely competitive. Vieri hosted races of all kinds: boating, horseback riding, running. All of them rigged, of course. And get this, if through some amazing stroke of luck he ever lost, he'd invite the winner's entire family over for a victory dinner and serve them a meal to die for.
Now here we have his date listed as 1454. It would put Francesco at like 15. But this little boy, this guy right here, corrects it to being 1459, in which would put him as the same age as Ezio. And as we are headed to assassinate him, this in-universe date is April 14th, 1478. So he did have a sister named Viola. He was the sister that she was the sister that she was the sister that Ezio was talking about.
I've been looking forward to this for a long, long time.
He was the sister that Viola was the sister that Ezio made that comment about sleeping with in the last. And then they both sought the affection of Christina Vespucci, the one that Ezio got chased out by her father.
What are you and your allies planning? Is this what my father discovered? Is this why he was killed?
I'm sorry. Were you hoping for a confession?
Pezzo di merda! Vorrei solo che avessi sofferto di più! Hai avuto la fine che meritavi! Spero che
Enough, Ezio! Show some respect.
Respect? After all that's happened, do you think he would have shown either of us such kindness?
You are not Vieri. Do not become him. Che la morte ti dia le pace che cercavi. Requiesca in pace. Take this. Read it when you have the time. Our work here is finished. Let us return to the villa.
Is that the end of the sequence? I don't think it is, but it might be. Quick look. Don't think that was it. DNA agency, DNA, born 1459. Sequence 1, 2, we are in 3. Nope, we got like one more left. Alright, cool. This is shorter than I thought.
And here he is, our campione Ezio.
Oh, hey, Ezio! I see you've wasted no time starting the celebration.
And why not? You've done us a great service, Nipote. With Vieri dead, La Toscana will grow quiet once more. Do you know what that means?
Basta lavorare.
Si passa tutto il giorno a bere.
E a puttane. What? It's true.
Come, Ezio, walk with me.
Yes, uncle. The Pazzi answer to another. Spaniard.
He is Rodrigo Borgia, one of the most powerful men in all of Europe. and leader of the Templar Order.
Which makes him responsible for the murder of my father and brothers.
Yes, and he will kill you too, given the chance.
Then I must stand against him if I wish to be free. But not until every other Templar has fallen to my blade. Father's list will guide me.
Where will you go next?
Firenze. Francesco de Pazzi will share the fate of his son.
A sensible next step. No doubt he intends evil for the city. All right, that's enough grim talk for one night. I'll be in my study if you need me.
I shall read the letter my uncle gave me.
Messer Francesco, I have done as requested and spoken with your son. I agree with your assessment, though only in part. Yes, Vieri is brash and prone to act without forethought. And he has a habit of treating the mercenari like playthings. I have received reports of at least 3 men being disfigured as a result. But I do not think him, as you put it, beyond repair. Rather, I believe the solution to be a simple matter. He seeks your approval, your attention. These outbursts of his are a result of insecurities born out of a sense of inadequacy. He speaks of you often and fondly, and expresses a desire to be closer to you. So, if he is loud and foul and angry, I believe it is simply because he wants to be noticed. He wants to be loved. Act as you see fit on the information I've given you here. But I must ask that we end this correspondence. Were he to discover the nature of our conversations, I fear what might become of me. Yours in confidence, Fra Giocondo.
Sounds like he's fearful of Vieri, as he should be. Vieri's kind of crazy. Well, he was kind of crazy till we, killed him. Alright, let's go to the yellow one. Talk to Uncle Mario.
Look familiar?
On their codex pages.
Yes. Your father managed to find and translate a few before he...
Here.
This is not your father's work. Someone else has translated it.
Leonardo da Vinci, a friend.
Do you see the way the words cross from one page to the next?
There is something underneath it all. Some kind of map. Where is it supposed to lead?
Your father and I managed to make out bits of a prophecy scrawled across these pages. It was written by an assassin like us, who long ago held a piece of Eden. His name was Altair. He spoke of something powerful and ancient hidden beneath the land.
What is it?
What indeed? Solving that little mystery is exactly why we collected these pages.
Then let me help. Each time I take on my father's work. All of it. I'll start with the page I took from Vieri. Leonardo will decode it for us.
Bene. Return here when time permits, and we'll add it to the wall.
We will... Oh, before you ask, no, Altair and Ezio are not related. Oh, I need to go up. Up we go. No? Oh, that me... Nah. It wants me to go to the viewpoint. Because there's 4 chests that we need to find, and we can only see them through the magic of the viewpoint. Up it up, 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 up. Well, that was weird. Didn't have anything to run on, but he ran. There's also, since we're talking about viewpoints and things like that, there are also 8 little statuettes within Monteriggioni, and if that's something that you are interested in seeing a collection video for, like the feathers or the glyphs, leave a comment below, and after the marathon we'll look at putting something like that together. Nope, down here. There or
Oh, that is impressive.
that one down there must be regular treasure chest. And as we talk about the statuette, here is one now. I believe this one is the statuette of Zeus. I think. Not 100% certain which one that is, but it is right there. And then as you can see, is it right there? There's another one. You can see it right there. Stick out pretty greatly, and I think on top of that tower is a feather. You don't get any. Well, let me think. Don't want that, because see how quickly I would have just picked up 3 of the 8. There's a 4th one. Their statuettes are fairly simple to find within this town. And if I remember right, once you get all 8, I don't remember if it's 1 or 8, but I believe there's an achievement for it. Let's go get the last one.
He'll hurt someone who looks like that.
Thought it was up. No, it's way outside the city, isn't it? Yes. Yes, it is. Wait. No. Let me go this way. Do that all the time because I'm always holding the high profile button and the sprint button. And it runs up door jams like all the time. Actually, there's something I do want to show you. You can see the feather there, but if you get close to the one and you listen, you can hear the twinkle. It's faint, so if like you turn up your headset or your TV, you can really hear it. That wasn't as bad as I had anticipated. I just wish I'd have found a horse. Wait, what do you know? There's a horse right here. Wrong button. I enjoy that we can have eagle vision on all the time, but it darkens things out and makes it a bear. Alright, let's go check on Claudia. Actually, let's seriously just say sequence 3 complete. Well. Let's do this next mission, because I'm fairly certain that this is still part of Sequence 3.
Traditional remedies.
Because I am pretty sure that Sequence 4 doesn't start until there's a time skip. I think.
Salute, Claudia.
Our uncle is un mostro. This is outrageous.
What's happened?
He's making me work. If Father was here, I'd never be stuck behind a desk like this.
And what are the terms of this supposed enslavement?
Since someone decided we're going to stay here, Zio Mario suggested we try and find the money to repair the villa. Problem is, there isn't any.
I bet I can bring in some money.
Oh, great. More work for me. Well, benissimo. If you start paying for improvements to the town, I'll keep track of them in this book. And since I have nothing better to do, I'll also make note of any objects you bring in from the outside. If you actually get this place up and running, travelers might visit and spend money. Although I doubt anyone will want to come this far out of the city. But if they do, I'll keep the money we make in this chest. You're going to have to show up to take it to the bank yourself. Because when it gets full, I'm just going to take the extra cash for myself. Capito?
Deal.
80% completion is an achievement, by the way. Well, actually, that one we have to check the DNA to see first. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 4 hasn't opened up yet, so we're not.
Buongiorno.
We're not done yet.
Is there something wrong?
Sir Mario hired me to deal with this mess, but I'm an architetto, not a miracle worker. Without money, I can't fix any of these buildings.
And if someone brought you money?
Then we'd be in business. You must be Ser Ezio. Am I right?
Uncle! I like this architetto!
He gets very observant when he can smell money.
If you want to fix up this town, I'm going to need it. I have a price list here for new shops and renovations. Just bring me gold, make a choice, and I'll begin at once. If I build you a shop, you, as the landlord, can purchase goods there at lower rates. If you invest more money in the shop, you get an even greater discount. As for renovations, well, you'll be bringing the town and villa back to life. As Sir Mario tells me, that was very important to your great-great-grandfather. Plus, when you buy shops and renovations, you'll be increasing the number of people who visit, causing your income to increase. So, let's take a look, shall we?
That guy gets annoying. Should we take a look at the list? Alright, let's see what we got. Bank, we're not going to worry about. Taylor, we're going to do. Because he starts giving us pouches and stuff. And art merchant, we're not going to worry about. Because we're not going to worry about buying the art right away. Blacksmith, the more we put into it, the more we save. It's just.
Buon viaggio!
Now this one is important.
Ezio, my boy. I think it's time I showed you something.
Another place where the lore really expands.
This is the sanctuary. It was built by my great-grandfather to honor the memory of the Assassin Order and protect its secrets. Look around. These are the assassins who guarded the freedom of humanity when it was most threatened. And this is the armor of Altair. Little is known about Altair's life, but his armor is light and very strong. I'd give it to you, but I don't know how to retrieve it. My great-grandfather told me it would remain locked away until all its protectors were made whole. I heard rumors of crypts located throughout Italia, hidden tombs filled with treasure, where these six were moved centuries ago. Maybe they have something to do with it. In my younger days, I sought the six myself, with no success. Perhaps you will have better luck.
In order to achieve perfect synchronization with Ezio, you have to get that armor.
So, we have this guy, him, her, and him. Now each one of these six kind of expand the lore, and I will talk about them. Her, probably not, maybe a little bit, because she's prominent in one of the games later on. And yeah, we'll do it. We'll talk about them when their tombs come up. So yeah, we will do those guys. Alright, so if we are headed back to Toscana, not Toscana, that's not right. Let me check the map. Our next map, okay, so Florence is the next thing. So we're going to stop here for this sequence, and we're going to call it an end of sequence 3. Yeah, because once we go through that hole, then sequence 3 will be over. So what we're going to do is we're going to call it here. And yeah, this is the end of Assassin's Creed sequence 3, day 7. I've been Mr. Nose, and I hope you guys have a great night.